How you doing, everyone out there? It's Leon back at you once again, son of man. Come to, talk about some good things. It's another beautiful day, like that's my saying because that's what I do. I feel good every day, even if it then doesn't, appear to be that way. You know, everyone has a way in which they display themselves, where you are identifiable by the way you display your emotions, the way you display your charisma or personality in general. And when we think about raising a kingdom, when we raise a kingdom, we have to have people in power positions. And these people that are in those power positions, in my humble opinion, especially men that are in power position, must hold certain qualities within themselves to hold and build for the people of his community. And one thing that I, took my pride in myself is to hold my emotions in a certain type of check. And I think that, more of our men should, pattern themselves in learning how to contain their emotions. And I don't mean being emotionless. I mean regulating the way in which you react to certain things. Because, I was presented with something yesterday. I don't want to be too specific, but it was, two people, one male and one female, that put me in a situation where they had displayed their poor behavior. A little bit of mouthiness, poor eyeballing. They was like, one person was whooping me with their eyeballs, and I handled the situation accordingly. But it's something that we must start teaching our youth, because a lot of young men I see, they smack their lips, or they roll their eyes with different eye gestures, like on the female side, and this to me is not acceptable out of a man to smack his lips, or not being able to hold eye contact and really believe in himself and display confidence. These are the things that I talk to young men about, and even grown men about, during the course of my travels, or when I come to my gym and someone comes for a certain degree of guidance or tutelage. So I think when we building kingdoms, that we must keep a keen eye on, the different habits and behaviors that, our young men and ladies carry forth, and stop being so acceptable of these behaviors. Because these behaviors are a clear depiction of the way you think, the way in which you feel. And we should not be so easily readable by someone else. They will gain an advantage they will gain an advantage over us by being able to clearly see the way we feel or think. Case in point, it's like when I see men and they see a beautiful woman walking by, and she, may have an exquisite backside, or it may be well proportioned. The silhouette is great, and some men will view this, and they will, get the shaking and shivering and say, "Oh, that looks so great," and it's like an obvious sign of weakness. Because I know that ladies, they even, they know that they have a weak man that's on a hook if they choose to, utilize this man and his weakness. Ladies walk by, or they in certain areas, and they're viewing the reflections in different mirrors and different, metals, so where they can look in this reflection to see if a man, or a person in general, is viewing them and getting a certain bit of pleasure off their, posterior, or their silhouette in general, their physique. And I think men should not display such a weakness in themselves and their character. I think it's a certain amount of strength to keep your attention focused on what you're trying to accomplish and not easily bent. You know, your spirit is easily bent. See, these are the characteristics of a man of strength that we want build in our community. We don't want a man that's really a grown teenager to be in a certain position and you got such an obvious glaring weakness of your spirit on display every day, and women could take advantage of you at any given moment. This is not acceptable for a man that's leading and building in the new community. We don't want you, you know, you're not going to be able to build God's kingdom for the community moving forward. And this needs to be taught to our people in the community. And I'm one that will do it day for day for day. Every step I take outside this door, even when I'm in my house, in my room, if I'm connecting with social media, I'm making my notes, I want to stand on manhood. And I'm standing on the manhood within myself day for day. And I love you, and we're going to build this thing right because I ain't standing for anything less. So with that, I'm going to tune out, and I'll talk to you guys later. Much love from Cleveland, Ohio. Leon, Sons of Man. Get it in.